Hey, what is up YouTube? This is Chris or Lunarman here, and today, in this episode of the best Hearthstone cards, I will be talking about the neutral legendaries. Yes, neutral legendaries. How exciting! You must ask, well Chris, isn't every legendary good? And I will answer, heck to the no. Okay, well, they're pretty much all good, except for like three. Three of them are complete garbage. I don't know what Riot was or Blizzard was thinking. But let's get started. I only have 2 legendaries total. So let me just talk about the one neutral legendary that I have. The other legendary I have is Cenarius, and I've already talked about him. Harrison Jones. I actually think that Harrison Jones is rising in the played category. Like, I think that he used to not be played as much, but now he's being played more because he actually does have a pretty good effect. Destroy your opponent's weapon and draw cards equal to his durability. Right now in the meta, Control Warrior is really strong. Warrior has weapons. Right now in the meta, Shaman is good. Shaman has pretty good weapons. Right now in the meta, Miracle Rogue is like all hail Miracle Rogue. Miracle Rogue runs weapons. Right now in the meta, who else runs weapons? Paladin, True Silver Champion. Paladin runs weapons. Hunter runs weapons. This card is really good pretty much versus anybody, and if they don't have weapons, it's still a 5/4. Kind of sucks that it has 4 health, but it has 5 attack, so it trades up. But yeah, that's the only legendary that I have in the normal. Let me talk about the ones that I don't have. Okay, of course some are better than others, I will go ahead and say that. Some are more specific than others, some are more widespread than others. Bloodmage Thalnos, I would say this is probably one of the top 5 legendaries in the whole game. This card is effective in, I would say, every single deck. Every deck needs spell damage, every deck would like to draw a card, every deck needs a 2-drop that's a 1/1. I don't know, there's no bad thing about this card at all. Unless it gets earth shocked, then it sucks balls, because this card is just a waste. If you silence this card, it's kind of a waste, because a 1/1 for 2 is not that great. But Bloodmage Thalnos is a definite must-have, and I do not have it yet. Lore Walker Cho is specific for certain deck lists. Whenever a player casts a spell, put a copy into the other player's hand. It's a fun card to mess around with, but it's not really effective competitively. You know, I'm sure you've all seen the YouTube video where they get a priest card that has like 1 billion health, and then they switch it to its attack, and then it gets 1 billion attack. Thanks to Lore Walker Cho. But yeah, Millhouse Mana Storm. This is the worst legendary in the whole freaking game. This card sucks so bad. Like, if you want an early aggressive legendary, run King Mukla. It's a step higher. Mukla's 3 for 5/5, is 2 for 4/4. Enemy spells cost 0 next turn. I don't know why the hell you would want to make your enemy spells cost 0 next turn. This card is completely used for troll. Let me tell you every scenario that this card sucks. Okay, you're playing against a mage. You play this turn 2, or turn 1 if you get coin. The next turn the mage plays like 2 fireballs, 1 pyroblast, you know, a flame strike, boom, you're just dead. It's like 20 plus damage on turn 2. You play against a rogue, the rogue happens to draw both sprints. The rogue gets 8 free cards. Like, why? Why, Blizzard, why? What else is bad with this? Like, Shaman runs a lot of spells, Priest runs a lot of spells, Paladin has some good amount of spells. Even Hunter has a good amount of spells. This card sucks. Like, if you get it, disenchant it, please. Unless you just feel like hearing him. Because what's he say? He's like, here comes the mighty Millhouse Mana Storm. I don't know, my voice can't go as low as his, or as high pitched as his. Nat Pagle, I like this card. If I had it, I'd use it, honestly. I mean, other people don't use it, but this card is pretty like, the value of this card is really good. I've thought about what I would use this card for, and a good deck that I would put this in is my Trumptastic deck, inspired by Trump himself. But that card is better than Manatide Totem. Well, actually, no, it's not, because Manatide Totem guarantees you draw one card, but that Nat Pagel, you aren't guaranteed a draw card because it's 50% chance and you don't draw it until the beginning of your turn. But if you look at the value, this card costs 1 more mana and it has 1 less health. So in that aspect, I like Nat Pagel over. I forgot the name of the totem. Oh well. Okay, King Mukla, like I said. This card is used in early aggro decks for obvious reasons. It's really annoying to deal with on turn 2 or turn 3. I mean, it does give your opponent 2 bananas, which a banana is, you play it and it gives them in +1/+1. But, I mean, other than that, this card's really good. A 5/5 on turn 2 or 3 is absurd. It's so hard to deal with. So yeah. Tankmaster Overspark is not showing up for some reason. Okay, there it goes. This card is... I don't really know. This card is kind of another troll legendary. It's a funny legendary, not an effective legendary. It's okay cost-wise, 3 for 3/3. But its battle cry is what makes it bad. Transform another random minion into a 5/5 Devilsaur or a 1/1 Squirrel. You could potentially transform an enemy big minion into a 1/1 Squirrel. Or you could transform one of your minions into a 5/5 Devilsaur. Those are the two best possibilities. Or you could transform one of your minions into a 1/1, or you can transfer one of your opponent's minions into a 5/5, which makes it bad. Okay, and I think in the epics video I said that the pirate bird was an epic, but I think that's actually a legendary. The bird pirate. Because there's 2 legendaries that I don't have because you have to unlock all the pirates and all of the Murlocs. The Murloc legendary, I will talk about it. I think it's a 3 or 4 drop, and I do believe it has 3 to 5 health. I don't exactly remember. Maybe it's 4 health. It has charge, and the battle cry is gain +1 attack for every other Murloc on the battlefield, which is obviously pretty good. And the pirate one, I don't know what the pirate one does. I just know that it's a little parrot bird. Ooh, Leroy Jenkins. This is, in my opinion, the best legendary in the whole game. There's no legendary better than this card. This card is good in every single rush deck. Well, you're like, oh, summon 2 1/1 whelps for your opponent. What the heck? They can just kill this guy with the 2 whelps. But I'm like, you just use this card to finish your opponent off. Like, it's a 4 mana card for a 6 attack and charge. This card is so good. So good. This is the first legendary that I'll craft if I ever craft a legendary. If I ever get enough dust to craft one, that is the first one I'll craft. Captain Greenskin. Oh wait, no, this is the legendary pirate. Well, what the heck? Though the pirate bird might be an epic then. I don't really know. I'm really confused. I'm really confusing myself. If somebody knows about the pirate status with the legendaries and the unlockable thing, you should definitely tell me. Give your weapon +1/+1. This card is shit. The only way I can see giving your weapon +1/+1 being useful is if you have Gorehowl, and that would make Gorehowl better because you could attack your opponent for 15 or 14 instead of worrying about it being destroyed after 1 attack. A 5 for 5/4, give your weapon +1/+1. Not that great in my opinion. Elite Tauren Chieftain. Let me see if I can get it pop up without glitching. Alright, there we go. Battle Cry. Give both players the ability to rock with a power chord card. It's pretty good. 5 for 5/5. I think you can only get this card if you went to like some Blizzard event. I don't have it, and you can't craft it. Well, actually you can craft it, it looks like, but I don't have one. The only random card that I know he gives is a card that says Rogues Do It, and I think it's a 0 cost card that deals 4 damage, which is pretty broken. But yeah, this is just a fun. It's just a fun card to use. It's not really used in the, I guess, high competitive play because the effect is way too random. Oh, I forgot to talk about Geblin. I have Geblin. I'll talk about him last. Karn Bloodhoof. This card is so freaking amazing. One of the best legendaries in the game by far. It's basically a 6 mana card for an 8/10 because whenever it dies, you summon a 4/5 Bane Bloodhoof. The only really hard counters for this card are Earthshock, any kind of silence, or Hex or Polymorph. That's the only real hard counters for that. Hogger. This is just an annoying card. I don't really see it that much. I'll just leave it. But it's 6 for 4/4, not the best stats at all. At the end of your turn, summon a 2/2 null with taunt. If they don't ever kill this card, there's infinite taunts for your side of the field. I'd say this card's fun to play, but like Karn would be better. I don't know. There's just better cards. Illidan Storm Rage. This card seems good, but I guess it's bad because it's the 5 health thing. It's a 6. It's not working right now, but it's got 7 attack, 5 health. When you play a card, summon a 2/1 Flame of Azanoth. I would assume if you could keep this card on the field, it would be amazing, but usually when people see this, they're like, oh crap, gotta kill it as fast as possible, or I'm gonna die. So they just throw all their spells at it, and it dies, and it's unfortunate. And it dies faster because it only has 5 health. There's so many legendaries I don't have. So many legendaries to talk about. This could be a longer video. Sorry, taking a drink of water. Sylvanas is another amazing legendary card. It's a 6 for 5/5, and Death Rattle take control of an enemy minion. This puts so much pressure on the opponent, it's not even funny, because they cannot kill Sylvanas while they have minions on the battlefield, which basically gives you a free 5/5, or I don't know, a 5/5 that'll live for a long time. The Beast. This card is kind of garbage. If the stats will pop up, well, screw you stats. It does look like it's a beast. It's a 6 for 9/7. Death Rattle summon a 3/3 Finkel Einhorn for your opponent. I think the reason that this card is not played because the Death Rattle effect is really crappy, and it only has 7 health, which makes it easier to destroy as if it were to have 8 health or 9 health. So yeah, the Black Knight is a pretty good card. It's used pretty regularly. Battlecry, destroy an enemy minion with taunt. It's pretty good for getting through taunts. It's good in taunt decks. It's just good overall. Baron Geddon. You really only see this card in warrior decks because it combos well off Acolyte and Armorsmith. At the end of your turn, deal 2 damage to all other characters. Kind of sucks if you're low health because it does do 2 damage to you. But if you think about it, this effect is OP if he's on the field for a while because it's like a continuous Holy Wrath or Consecration. Gruul. I guess I'm just going to not zoom in because the card is not zooming in correctly, as you can see. Gruul is an 8-drop for 7/7. At the start of each turn, gain +1/+1. Holy crap. I don't know why I don't see this more, actually, honestly. I don't know why I don't see this card more. All you have to do is run it in a rogue deck and conceal it, or somehow give it stealth, which is like an only rogue thing. So I guess you would just conceal, and then it'd be an 8/8, then maybe a 9/9. If they still can't kill it, it'd be like a 10/10, 11/11. It'd be crazy. Ragnaros the Fire Lord. This is another one of the best legendaries in the whole game. Can attack at the end of your turn, deal 8 damage to a random enemy. Super scary, because it can attack your opponent's face, it can attack a minion. It's an 8/8, so you can't silence it because then it can attack and it's an 8/8. Really the only way to deal with this really hard is Hex, Polymorph, or just throwing spells at it. There's really no way to destroy it easily because you can't silence it. Alexstrasza is a great legendary. Set a hero's remaining health to 15 for 9/8/8. This can be used to give yourself more health or to drop your opponent down farther. I usually see it in warrior decks. Malygos, this card is hilarious. Only because whenever the mages like always run this card. Whenever the mage plays it, you're just like, well, F, I give up. Because like they'll play this card the next turn, they'll hit you with a Pyroblast that does 15 instead of 10. And yeah, I only see this card in non-ranked I've seen it probably about 2 or 3 times. It's a pretty fun card. I just realized that these all say dragon. That's a beast. Okay, Nozdormu. I don't know how to pronounce his name. I'd want to say Nozdormu, but there's no A. Players only have 15 seconds to take their turns. I would love to use this card if I had it, honestly. It would make for a fun deck. I would never play it in ranked because it wouldn't be that effective. But yeah, like, I don't know. These 3 cards are all equal in a way. Alexstrasza, Nozdormu, and Onyxia. But the reason they're different is because the effects. Alexstrasza's effect is amazing. These 2 effects are eh. Like this one, summon 1/1 whelps until your side of the battlefield is full. Not necessarily one of the best effects in the whole game. I mean, it's a really strong card, and it is a legendary, but it's like, not that great. Ysera, on the other hand, this card is amazing. At the end of your turn, draw a dream card. Every single dream card is OP. It's like, there's some that are worse than others, like Laughing Sister's not the best. But if you look at it, the value of Laughing Sister is amazing. It's a 3/5 for 3, and it can't be targeted by spells or hero powers. So that, I mean, but compared to the other cards, Laughing Sister sucks. Yeah, that card's really great. Deathwing, I honestly don't know how I feel about this card. I think Deathwing would be better if your opponent has to discard all of his cards also. Partially because you're kind of shooting yourself in the foot, because most classes have a way to kill Deathwing, like Assassinate, Hex, Polymorph, Big Game Hunter, things like that. So just think about it. If you destroy all of your minions and destroy your hand, and you only have 1 card that you're relying on, and the opponent kills it, well, you're screwed. GG. Kind of sucks. But that's all the legendaries. Let me tell you which ones you should try to get first. Oh wait, let me show you Geblin. Geblin is hilarious. I love Geblin to use. He's so funny. Summon an awesome invention. The awesome inventions are hilarious. I don't like. You should just go look them up. They're so funny. It's not really they're not really effective high ranks, but nonetheless, this card is not bad. Alright, so which one should you craft first? I would say craft Thalnos, probably top 5. If you were to craft 5 legendaries, I would say craft Thalnos. I would say craft Leroy. If you were to craft 5, I would say craft Leroy. I would say craft, that's 2. I would say craft Karn, that's 3. Craft Ragnaros, that's 4. And craft either Ysera or Alexstrasza. Ooh, wait, no. Or Sylvanas, depending on what kind of deck you want to run. If you're trying to do a warrior deck, then probably not Sylvanas, but any other kind of deck, you'd probably want to do Sylvanas as like the 5th legendary to craft. Just because these 5 are a step above the others, maybe Black Knight would be 6th, Barongeddon maybe 7, Alexstrasza would be like 5 or 6, Ysera would be like 5 or 6. It's just how you want to use the cards. But yeah, this is my guide on the best legendaries. It was a bit longer, but hopefully I explained them all pretty thoroughly. If you have any questions, please let me know, and I will see you guys in the next video.